Have you ever seen a lawyer win a case before it even started? Yes, me. I'm a decent lawyer. I know my way around a courtroom, I can write a motion that'll make a junior associate weep, and I look pretty good in a suit. But this case was a certified nightmare. My client, a tech CEO with the moral compass of a hungry shark, was caught so red-handed he had marinara sauce up to his elbows. The evidence wasn't just a smoking gun, it was a signed confession written on the side of a ballistic missile aimed at an orphanage. And then I saw the name on the opposition's letterhead, Miles Wright. Miles Wright wasn't just a lawyer, he was a legal singularity. He was a myth. They say he once cross-examined a potted plant until it confessed to perjury. He could get a guilty man elected to sainthood. He argued a case so eloquently that the court stenographer's machine started printing out poetry. Going up against Miles Wright wasn't a lawsuit, it was a scheduled execution. I spent the next 3 weeks doing what lawyers do. I lived in a cave made of discovery documents, fueled by stale coffee and existential dread. I looked for loopholes, precedents, technicalities. Nothing. The case was hermetically sealed. Any argument I could possibly make, Miles would not only counter, he would dismantle it on a subatomic level, then use the remaining particles to spell out my client's guilt in flaming letters across the sky. It was 3 a.m. on a Tuesday when the epiphany hit me. I was staring at a photo of Miles Wright, smug, perfect hair, eyes that could see into your soul and bill you for the privilege. And I realized I was approaching the problem all wrong. The problem wasn't the evidence. The problem wasn't my scumbag client. The problem wasn't the law. The problem was Miles Wright. He was the insurmountable obstacle. The case wasn't a legal battle, it was a logistical one. And the objective was simple: remove the obstacle. My legal research stopped, and a different kind of research began. I learned Miles Wright's routine. His morning coffee, single origin Ethiopian, pour over, his afternoon squash game, his secret passion for collecting antique astrolabes. I created a shell corporation, fabricated a convoluted international patent dispute, and baited the hook with a rare, 16th century celestial globe that was supposedly key to the case. He couldn't resist. We met in a rented warehouse in the industrial district, a location I chose for its privacy and discretion. He walked in, briefcase in hand, looking like he was about to win a Nobel Prize. He didn't even notice the freshly laid plastic sheeting on the floor. A fascinating case, he began, his voice like honey-coated velvet. The jurisdictional complexities alone are... Miles, I interrupted, my voice calm. There is no case. He paused, a flicker of confusion crossing his perfect face for the first time. I don't understand. It's simple, I explained, pulling a cattle prod from behind a stack of crates. My legal strategy has shifted from litigation to risk mitigation. And you, Miles, are the primary risk. I won't bore you with the details. It was clean, efficient, and involved a significant amount of concrete and the foundation of a new high-rise parking garage downtown. He became a permanent part of the city's infrastructure. An unsung pillar of the community, you might say. The day of the trial arrived. I walked into the courtroom, feeling rested and confident for the first time in months. The opposing counsel's table was empty, save for a frantic, sweating junior partner who was stammering about how Mr. Wright had inexplicably vanished. The judge, looking impatient, turned to me. Well, counsel? Seeing as the opposition seems to be absent, do you have a preliminary motion? I stood up and straightened my tie. Yes, Your Honor, I said, a faint smile on my face. I moved to dismiss. My client was off the hook just like that. TLDR, I was set to face the greatest lawyer in the world. Realizing I couldn't beat him in court, I made sure he never made it to the courthouse. Or anywhere else, ever again.